Hello guys and welcome back to a new drive video by Godspeed. In today's drive review we'll be driving the all new Skoda Kushaq. The model we have over here is the 1.5 TSI manual. This is the manual variant which comes in with a 6-speed manual gearbox, and let me tell you what all are we going to include in this video. So as usual we'll first take the car through highway, and this video will majorly go through highway and we'll test how the car goes over high speeds and the high speed stability and the high speed manners of the car. That's all we're gonna test today, of how much capable the 1.5 TSI engine is inside the Kushaq. So let me tell you the engine specifications. So the Kushaq is powered by a 1.5 liter TSI turbocharged petrol engine producing 150 PS power and 250 Nm torque, which are the highest in the segment after Nissan Kicks, of course. So power figures are really very nice, and you will realize once you start driving the vehicle, like the engine is very refined. It is super refined. You won't hear the much of the engine noise inside the cabin, and even the noise which you hear right now is because of the AC. The AC is turned on, that's why you hear a little more noise than usual. But other than that, the engine is quite silent, and at idling conditions you won't even realize if the engine is turned on. And talking about the horn of the vehicle, so the horn is decent. It is not the typical Skoda horn, but yes, the horn is decent. It is a twin tone horn. And now talking about the high speed manner, well, you can see we are redlining at approximately 5000 rpm, and now I am into 4th gear. There are still 2 more gears to go. I have crossed 80 km/h right now, and the high speed stability is absolutely immense. You saw how I changed lanes at such high speeds, and the steering wheel is very direct. And now it's time to brake, and ahead of me is a roundabout and some traffic pile up. So there we can talk about the visibility the car offers. So you don't get any sort of quarter panels, but the A-pillar is not that thick as well. So visibility of the car is quite good. As you can see the traffic over here, and going to roundabouts is not at all an issue. The windows are big, the ORVMs are good sized, the adjustments are nice, the adjustment is quite good, and you can very well see the hood of the vehicle. So driving the car in city conditions is really very easy. You won't feel any problems while driving, and as you saw, the car is not very big, so even that is a plus point driving in traffic conditions. So yes, in traffic conditions you absolutely will enjoy this car. And another plus point is you won't feel turbo lag inside this vehicle. Yes, this is a turbocharged engine, but turbo lag is very well contained. You won't feel the turbo lag until unless you are on a very high gear. Like in 1st and 2nd gear, the turbo lag is very well contained. You won't feel any problem. And once again, accelerating the car hard, we are into 2nd gear right now. We are still in 2nd gear, and the car is approximately on 50 km/h, and we are tailing a 1.4 TGDI Seltos. And once we get side, we'll again accelerate the car hard and see how much the car can take. So we have crossed 80 km/h right now, and we are still hoping to get some side and push the car hard. So this is the patch where I'll take the car as much as I can, attaining the top speed. So right now I have nearly touched 120 km/h, and there's the beep. The 120 km/h has been crossed, and approaching 140 km/h right now. So yeah, the top speed I could attain was nearly 145 km/h. Again, it's time to brake since the flyover has come to an end. So the stability is really quite good. The steering wheel does not lose any sort of confidence. It inspires confidence a lot. So, and it becomes really quite hard as well. So driving the car at high speeds is absolutely no issue. The steering wheel is very direct. It follows your command, whether it is a very small lane change or a big turn. It is very direct, and it will not disappoint you in any way. And going through this bad patch of road, the suspension setup is not on the stiffer side. It is quite in between. So even the ride quality is not hampered over here. You get handling as well as ride quality, something we expect from Skoda cars. So Skoda is really not disappointed in terms of its handling manners, and you do not get any sort of fully digital instrument cluster. The instrument cluster is a typical Skoda analog one, which we see on most of the Skoda cars like the Rapid, for example. And to be honest, the analog cluster looks a lot better to me in person. Now this choice may vary from person to person. And now again, the braking performance is quite good. The brakes don't have the spongy effect, and yes, there is a bit of nosedive when you brake really hard. And right now we'll take a turn and we'll go through some narrow roads to test how the car performs there. Is there any problem you'll face while taking the car to narrow roads? As you can see, there's a car coming from front and the road is quite narrow, but since the car is not very wide as such, so there's absolutely no problem in moving through narrow roads. And the steering wheel is really very light in city conditions, so even maneuvering the car is very easy in traffic lights or in such tight places, so you won't feel problem while taking sharp turns. Now talking about the NVH levels, in the previous part the AC was turned on its maximum level, so the maximum noise you could hear was the AC. Other than that, the engine is quite silent. You won't hear the wind noise as well, and even the tire noise is kept at a minimum. And the noise of outside traffic is also quite less. So yes, NVH levels is something Skoda has really nailed it on. It is very well taken care of. You won't hear much noise inside, so you can really enjoy a very peaceful drive without worrying about the outside noise. You can very peacefully drive this vehicle, and even if you want this car for chauffeur driven purpose, so you can very easily work behind and enjoy the ambience inside this vehicle. Now we are on this small track where we'll launch this car. But yes, we'll turn off the traction control. We are into first gear, and the traction control has been turned off, and revving the motor till approximately 4000 rpm and dumping the clutch. And there was some amount of wheel spin, and 0 to 100 takes in nearly 9 seconds. It's under 9 seconds it goes from 0 to 100, and you can see red lighting at 6000 rpm. That's where the car red lines, so performance is absolutely great. And there's a bump ahead, so it's time to brake hard, and I really went quite hard on the brakes. So yes, brake don't have that spongy effect, but yes, there is a bit of nosedive, so that is something you'll have to deal with on. The brakes performance is not very bad, but yes, it is more than average or more than sufficient. It will stop you at the minimum stopping difference. The tires provide decent amount of grip, so overall performance of the braking and tires combined is something I can say that it won't disappoint you. But yes, it is not the best either. Even now we are doing quite high speed. As you can see, we have crossed 80 kilometers per hour. We are currently at 90 and approaching 100, and we are at 110 right now. And you can see how well the car is stable and how well it handles. So yes, you will really enjoy a lot driving this car, because this has that proper driver's feel. It is a proper driver's car. So yes, you will enjoy a lot driving this vehicle. And now it's time to turn around, and the turning radius is quite short. The car is not very long as such, so turning radius is quite good. And once again, it's time to go into first gear, accelerating it hard, and you can see that it changing at 5000 rpm into second gear, again accelerating it hard and pushing it all the way till nearly 6000 rpm and going into third. So this car can go from 0 to 120 in third gear. It can go till 120 kilometers per hour in third gear, and the engine likes to be revved a lot. It is very rev friendly, so you can push it as hard as you want. It is a TSI engine. It will bring a smile on your face every time you push it around, every time you drive this vehicle. This is a very driver friendly vehicle, I must say you. It won't be the best in terms of space or in terms of the width the car offers, but yes, when it comes down to driving, hands down it is the best driver's car under 20 lakh rupees.
मज़ा आया, और मैं ये जो मज़ा है हिंदुस्तान के हर व्यक्ति को देना चाहता हूँ.
And right now I've turned off the AC now, so you can very well see how silent the engine is. It is super refined, as I said earlier as well. Now since the AC is turned off, you can actually hear how the engine sounds when the car is at hardly 1000 rpm. And right now we are again accelerating it quite hard. So you can see the engine makes quite a sporty noise, and that noise is really very satisfying to hear. You would really like to hear that voice again and again. It won't disappoint you at any point of time. And again braking it hard due to some traffic. So braking performance is actually quite adequate. You won't feel that brakes are sure-footed or the brakes offer spongy effect. Brakes are quite good, and even going through bad patches of road, the suspension handles it quite nice enough. So even the ride quality of the car is quite good. The overall visibility, as I said earlier as well, is quite nice. So making turns at places like this, it's absolutely a breeze. And even the dashboard layout, which I missed about talking earlier, is quite nice. Everything is under your reach, so you can adjust all the things you want, and you can see how the steering wheel comes back to its original position. Now talking about a very unique feature the Skoda Kushaq offers, this car comes with a technology of two-cylinder mode. The 1.5 engine over here is a four-cylinder engine, but when you are not accelerating the car, or when you are into cruise mode, or when you are braking, or when you are in neutral gear, any point of time when you are not accelerating or you are in normal driving mode, the car will shut out its two cylinders. It will cut out to two-cylinder mode. That's to save fuel and increase the efficiency, because this is a TSI engine. It is not great in terms of mileage, so this is something Skoda has done to improve its mileage figures. So this is a first in segment feature, and you really like this feature. This come whenever, and this is automatic. You don't need to press any sort of button to turn this on. The Skoda Kushaq is available in a total of 7 variants. There's one trim for the active model that's available in a 1 liter TSI, and then 2 models for the Ambition, 1 liter petrol, both in manual as well as automatic, and 4 trims available in the style model, 2 for manual and 2 for automatic, both in 1.5 and 1.0 TSI. So the lineup is quite good. And talking about safety, this car comes with 6 airbags, ABS, EBD, brake assist, traction control, hill hold control, electronic stability program, and even multi-collision braking. So safety is very well taken care of. And summing up the video, the Skoda Kushaq is a very great car. The review video is already live. You can check out the video if you want. So the Kushaq will bring a smile every time you drive this car. This is a proper driver's car. So if you are a driving enthusiast and you love to drive a car, you should surely check out the Kushaq once at least. At least drive this car and make a decision for your own. So that was it for today from our side. Hope you liked the video, and if you did, do hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram, and also visit our website godspeed.in, and also do check out our Android app available on Play Store. That was it for today. I'll see you guys soon in the next video. Goodbye.